Well, howdy there, pipe pals. Old Oldie Smoking Pipe Padre coming back at you, saluting you all with my newest acquisition, again from the Briar Patch, which I got about a month ago. This extremely large Ashton Cheerywood. And in it, I am smoking some very cherry pipe tobacco, which I also purchased from the Loman's Plaza Briar Patch in Fair Oaks, California. I've been obviously absent without leave for the last several weeks, and I would like to apologize for that. You know, life just keeps getting interesting. I have to say that I've been sick with kind of like a flu, bronchitis. You know, I got a flu shot. I don't know if those of you out there get flu shots. And now that guess I'm kind of considered a senior citizen. I'll be 56 in a couple of days here. In the past, the few times I've gotten the flu shot, I usually get pretty sick. And this one, although I didn't get super sick, I did get a little under the weather. And so I haven't been smoking a pipe in the last 3 weeks. So this is the first pipe I've smoked about 3 weeks from now. I was at a Byzantine church service last Sunday, and I have to tell you that their incense smells so wonderful, and it smells like pipe tobacco. It's a very sweet, fragrant incense, and I really, of course, now there's a lot of people today who have, unfortunately, I think they have been brainwashed to think that you know, all smoke, to include incense in church, is like, you know, bad. It's secondhand smoke. It's, you know, it's going to be, you know, create this toxic environment. Now, to be sure, there are some people that have a sensitivity, but I think sometimes it's more psychological than it is respiratory. Case in point, back when I was more of a firebrand as a padre, about 16 years ago, I was at a church not too far from here, St. Charles Borromeo, and we had a school, and we had a sister who, for many reasons, did not like moi. We won't go into all the reasons, but she didn't like basically what I preached about. And she didn't like all the traditional stuff. Today's Catholic Church is kind of like Catholic light, you know. It's not really the full, flavorful, even pungent Catholicism of years gone by. It's more PC and kind of light. Anyway, but I like the bells and smells. Some people do, but there are some that just don't care for it. So that's the way it is today, and you have to learn to navigate in that kind of a political arena nowadays. But back in my more outrageous days, I would be very overtly traditional, and one of the things I like to do is I like to use incense at Mass, you know, even a daily Mass, especially if it was a feast day, like today is a feast day. As well as being we commemorate Veterans Day, even though yesterday was technically Veterans Day. Officially it was Veterans Day yesterday, but we here in America we get a holiday, so we're going to commemorate it today. You know, it's kind of a two-for-one thing. So anyway, I digress. So to prove my point, though, about people being, I think, psychologically conditioned about incense in church as being the same as evil secondhand tobacco smoke. This is pretty. I want to say something real quick about the very cherry. This is a very strong cherry. Now, some of you like cherry, I'm getting accustomed to it. But I'll tell you what, I had this bag in here in my room. I got it a month ago when I got the pipe, and it just filled the room with this cherry essence aroma. And even to this day, even though it's toned down a little bit, there's still this really strong, fragrant cherry aroma in my room. I've tried smoking some of it before. It was just a little too strong. It seems to be a little bit better now. Hi, Snowball. That's my cat, Snowball. So anyway, getting back to the incense story real quick. We had a sister, and I noticed that when I would say Mass, and I would go to the thurible, the incenser, all of a sudden the kids would start going this, and it was like I hadn't even really put the incense in yet. So they were like, you know, and I think she basically said, you let Father Francis know how nasty that evil, bad incense is, and it's not good for us, and we'll let him know that this is not something we like. Because, yeah, you'll hear a few coughs, say, especially in a crowded church, but not a whole cacophony all at the same time. It's a little fishy. So one morning I decided I was going to have some fun. Some of you probably know what's coming with this. So I had the thurible out there on the stand, and so I went to incense the gifts, and all of a sudden, just as I touched the incense, the thurible, the incenser, the kids start breaking out and all this, like they're dying, you know, they're gasping for breath because of this evil, poisonous smoke that's filling the church. There's only one thing I forgot to do that morning. I didn't put any charcoal or incense in the thurible at all. It was stone cold. There was no fire in that thing at all, and there was no incense in it at all. So the sister came back, and she was, you know, she was starting to complain. I said, can I show you something? She was saying, you know, this incense that you do at all the masses, with the kids, it's not really good for them. And so I said, what incense are you talking about? You used incense today. And I said, actually, sister, let me show you something. And I showed her the empty thurible. There was no incense in the thurible. How come those kids were coughing? There was no incense. There was no smoke. There was no fire. So, well, sports fans, I have been away, as I told you. I've been a little sick with, you know, flu, bronchitis, whatever. But I've still been busy, you know, doing the life of a padre here. But some of you probably might be kind of wondering, maybe not. You know, it's like, okay. Well, guess what? As I told you in my last video, I did a little box opening on the new iPhone 5, and I put it in a case. You know, it's interesting. Young people today, they don't like cases. Cases really aren't sexy, okay? But when you're going to spend the money you spend on one of these or a Galaxy 3 GS, you know, you probably want to have something that you can, if you drop the doggone thing, it's not going to break on you, okay? So that's what I do. Hold on, let me go get it. I just tossed it over on my floor. And as you can see, it's perfectly okay. This happens to be an OtterBox Defender. So it is a white iPhone 5, but I always put mine in cases. And so when I come times to resell them or give them back as maybe a gift to a dear friend, they're almost like brand new. So, but I've noticed that young people don't do cases. It's just not cool. But you know what? I see a lot of young people with broken, shattered iPhones. And it's like, you know, there's something to being an old codger. We've learned the lessons the hard way. So, and also I just read something a couple minutes ago that they're thinking about releasing the iPhone 5S. And I had a feeling that was going to be coming. So, if I upgrade next year, I'll be able to qualify for the new upgrade because I paid for this one out of my own pocket. So, and it was quite expensive. Last week I was in Best Buy here in Northern California, and you probably already know what this is coming to, folks. Oh. iPad mini. And at first, uh-oh, what's this here? Parish Council, dismissed. Talk to you later, guys. I didn't know if I really wanted one of these because I have an iPad. In fact, I was a little bit jaded because I had just bought in March of this year the 3rd generation iPad, and just 3 weeks ago, they came out with the 4th generation iPad, and now rumor has it that they will come out again with another iPad, probably for the Retina display on this little iPad mini. I like the iPad mini. I like the iPad biggie, but I do like this. There is something about the whole iPad experience, or any tablet, I guess, experience, of holding something in your hand and not having to have a mouse or a keyboard or anything else attached. Your fingers are the input device, and I really like that. And so I just to my, it was a little serendipity. I found that, hey, look, they had these on sale. Well, not on sale, but they were selling them at Best Buy last week. And so I decided, why not? I did have a little bit of birthday money, and I decided, why not? And I have to tell you, it is an enjoyable little experience. Great for reading. Of course, I think the big iPad's actually good for reading too. But this is a lot lighter. Clearly, it's just very light and thin. It's pretty much like a Kindle Nook, I would say. It is expensive. They're not going to, Apple's not going to give you. You get what you pay for, I will say that. So, am I a happy camper with this? I'm a happy camper. I wish that they had. Well, again, technology is always constantly changing. You look back 7-8 years ago, and what was the big thing back then? Palm Pilots. The Palm Pilot was the thing to have next to a BlackBerry, I guess. Palm Pilots are now in the dustbin of history. So, and that'll happen one day for I'm sure iPads, and it all goes the way of it just nothing stays current. So staying current with technology is one of those modern day demons that we have to deal with. How y'all doing? I have to be honest, I haven't been watching a lot of videos either. I feel I don't have a real right to even make a video unless I actually watch and comment on many of your wonderful videos. Maybe today's, like I said, it's my day off technically, but it's also a holiday, so I'm planning on doing precious little, except maybe watching maybe some movies and eating some pretty good food, and just kind of taking life easy for today. I guess that's all I'm going to say today. I don't want to bore you. I know that sometimes I go way too long. But I just want to let you know that I'm, still enjoying the old pipe smoking hobby. I need to dust off some of my nicer pipes and just kind of enjoy them again. Like I said, I've kind of gotten away. But it's always a treat, I will say this, to come back, light up a pipe and enjoy it for what it's worth, and I'm very blessed to have a nice collection that I enjoy, and have a nice rotation of pipes and share those with maybe my friends every now and then that come over, or I go over their house and I take a pipe, or just take a drive and smoke one of my favorite pipes. So I'm kind of counting my blessings today. Sometimes that's probably a good thing to do. We just got through with a very bitter election. And there are a lot of happy people, and there are a lot of unhappy people. You know, I certainly have political opinions, but I'll spare you those. But I will say that to some extent, now this may be changing, but whoever sits in the White House, when all is said and done, probably doesn't have a lot of effect on me. Now, our current president probably, because of his Obamacare and moving American society closer to maybe more of a socialized medicine, that probably will have an impact on me. I kind of expect that I will fall outside any matrix that may be coming to, decide whether or not I qualify for certain medical treatments when I get sick. I fully expect to be again off the matrix, where they'll say, "Well, we're sorry, you don't qualify for this procedure," or what have you. I know I'm being a pessimist, but I don't hold out a lot of hope. I'm afraid that it's just not going to work. I mean, some people, the old saying is hospitals love two types of people, either healthy ones or dead ones. But when you get really sick, as it is now, yes, we have exorbitant medical expenses, and we have insurance companies who profit greatly on that. But with moving to a more socialized experience of medicine, I think it's going to be a big shock for a lot of people. And a lot of people are going to assume that it's sort of like the old days. If you couldn't pay and you went to the emergency room, oh well, you're still going to get covered. And I don't think that's going to be the case. When you get sick, really sick, whether you get cancer or some other disease, and you're not on that matrix, they might be able to give you some palliative care. Good luck. Get yourself a big bottle of scotch or something, or smoke your pipe, because that's all you're going to get for comfort probably. And it's sad to say that, but I don't see it getting better. I see it only getting worse, because what they're going to have to do, it looks like they're going to have to ration a lot of procedures, because not everybody can't qualify for these things. So, I'm not saying I'm going to be checking out here anytime soon, but I think I'm a big enough boy to realize, mature enough to realize that the medicine that we had, even though it wasn't great, at least you had the opportunity to get some treatment. And I'm thinking now that those options are going to be very, very limited. And if you are not a candidate for these treatments, what are they going to tell you except, "We're sorry, but you don't qualify." So, but other people, maybe it'll be good for other people, and I can say, okay, I'm happy they're getting treated, but it's going to be sad to see people my age and older who are told very politely but very clearly that you don't qualify for this. And basically, it might be a life-saving procedure, or a procedure that might help prolong your life, and if you don't qualify, well, then you're on your own. So anyway, well, listen, I don't want to belabor that point anymore. So I want to say thank you for watching. Enjoy your day today, and light up your world. Light up a pipe. Take care, my friends. See you later.